Since Repair Clinic encourages you to perform repairs safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. A central air conditioning fan motor is the component that helps the condenser coils dissipate heat, an important step in cooling the air circulated through the home. When the home's thermostat detects an increase in temperature, it closes the cooling circuit, allowing 24 volts to be sent to the contactor in the condensing unit, located outside the home. When the condensing unit contactor is energized, it allows 240 volts to flow through a nearby disconnect box to the compressor and condenser fan motor. The compressor acts as a pump, compressing refrigerant in gas form into the condenser coils, where the gas is condensed into a hot liquid. The condenser coils dissipate the heat as the liquid travels through them, and the condenser fan motor is used to assist the coils in this process. If the condenser fan motor is malfunctioning, the cooling system will break down. The motor fan blade should rotate freely. If they do not, it's likely the motor has seized. You can also use a multimeter to test that the motor is receiving incoming power. Provided the condensing unit capacitor is working properly and the meter shows that incoming power is present, it's likely that the motor windings are malfunctioning and the motor will need to be replaced. Condenser fan motors are usually unique to each central air condensing unit. You should enter the full model number of your condensing unit in our website search bar to find the specific fan motor you need. Before you attempt to replace a fan motor, be sure to shut off the power to the condensing unit. You can do this by removing the fuses from the disconnect box or switching off the circuit breaker. For most condensing units, you will need to remove an access panel to reach the fan motor wires. To avoid injury, you should ensure the run capacitor is discharged by placing a screwdriver with an insulated handle across each set of terminals. Avoid touching the screwdriver blade. Now cut any zip ties securing the wires. For some models, you will need to disconnect the fan motor wires from both the contactor and the capacitor. Other models may combine the wires into a single harness that you will need to disconnect. Unthread the screws securing the fan guard to the condensing unit frame. Lift up the guard and fan motor assembly and flip the assembly over. Note the orientation of the fan blade on the motor shaft, then use an adjustable wrench to loosen the set screw. Pull the fan blade off. This may require some effort. Next, you will need to unthread the mounting nuts securing the fan guard to the motor. With the nuts unthreaded, you can detach the old motor. Many condenser fan motors will route the wires through a conduit or guide that will need to be removed. When installing the new fan motor, slide the conduit over the wires and attach it to the motor. Or secure the wires in the guide. Position the new motor on the fan guard and thread the nuts to secure. Install the fan blade by positioning it on the motor shaft with the set screw aligned with the flat side of the shaft. Tighten the set screw to secure. Return the assembly to the condensing unit. and route the wires through the frame as required. Realign the fan guard and rethread the screws to secure. Connect the appropriate wires to the capacitor and the contactor if applicable. Or connect the wire harness. We recommend using one or more zip ties to reduce the slack in the wires as necessary. Reinstall the access cover as required. With the repair completed, restore power to the condensing unit, and your central air system should be ready for use.